Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Tuesdays with Paulie. Hope everyone had a good voting day, election day. We're not going to get into politics here. Absolutely not. But at least I hope everyone voted regardless of which way you voted. Today, early in the month, I think now we sort of have a track record, and I like to go over market reports sort of with the first episode of Tuesdays with Paulie every month. And so we're just going to take a quick look at Western Mass as a whole, just see if there's anything interesting that we might be learning. Winter is coming, but honestly, people, I think, get a little bit worried about winter for nothing. Yes, New England has bad winters, but houses still sell. People still list. Buyers are still looking. And honestly, it just creates a different opportunity for both buyers and sellers. So while the spring might be sort of known as the time for real estate, the winter is still hopping. So we want to take a look at trends, see what's happening in the market, maybe something that we can use to our advantage, either as a seller or buyer. So a couple of interesting things. Now, I just want to remind everybody two things. I work all over. I work in Hampden County, Hampshire County. I've worked in Worcester County, but I really focus on the 491 corridor towns west of the river and the 391 corridor towns east of the river. So Longmeadow, Springfield, Chicopee, West Springfield, Agawam, Southwick, and Westfield. So whenever I look at the market, I look at those 7 towns. It gives us a good indicator of what's happening in Hampden County. Obviously, as Springfield goes, so goes Hampden County. And, between Longmeadow being one of the more expensive towns to buy in, Springfield's actually the lowest in terms of median sale price and square footage. We get a good slice of what's happening in Hampden County when we look at those 7 towns. The other thing I want to remind everybody, whenever I discuss numbers, I discuss median numbers, not average numbers. And just as a quick reminder, the median number is the exact middle point. Half of the houses sold are above that number, half of the houses sold are below that number. Averages can be skewed with one extreme outlier, either up or down. So that's why I always use the median. So a couple of interesting things across the board on the 7 towns that we're looking at. Hampden County is actually up in terms of sale price year over year as well. But while all of the other towns are generally in the 5 to 6% increase in terms of sale price, Springfield is actually up 10% in terms of the median sale price year over year. A lot of people were wondering, what is MGM going to do? I'm not going to get into my opinion on MGM, but it is clearly affecting Springfield, at least the real estate market, in a positive way as far as sale price. We're seeing more homes being sold. We're actually seeing the prices increase, and Springfield actually has by far the lowest median time on the market for the sale of a house, which means that from the time that the house is listed to the time that it's sold, they're actually selling faster than anywhere in Western Mass. Agawam, where I actually live, is an interesting town because the number of houses sold has been pretty steady. It's actually up about 3% year over year. But right now, we've got a ton of listings. And I know I've discussed this over the last couple of months. The actual price per square foot in Agawam is the highest of those 7 towns. Believe it or not, the price per square foot in Agawam is actually higher than it is in Longmeadow. Everyone sort of has that idea that Longmeadow is sort of the creme de la creme in terms of expensive houses. The median sale price is more in Longmeadow than any of the other 7 towns, but the price per square foot is actually higher in Agawam than it is in Longmeadow. That just kind of tells you that you've got bigger houses in Longmeadow, and it's still solid pricing per square foot in Longmeadow, but Agawam is actually increasing in terms of price and price per square foot at a faster rate than Longmeadow and some of the other towns in the area, other than Springfield. One of the things, though, that's surprising about Agawam is that each of the months that we've looked at this, the listings are high. There's a lot of houses in Agawam that are listed for sale relative to the number of houses that have been sold for the last 9 months, 12 months. Usually what we look at is versus, what we want to do is see the inventory per month. So anytime you have less than 3 months worth of inventory in a town, we like to call that a seller's market, which means that there's not a whole lot of inventory. that the buyers don't have a whole lot of options. And so it can increase buyers going against each other, out trying to outbid each other for a home. Anything over 3 months worth of inventory, we start to call that a buyer's market because there's a lot of inventory available. Right now, Agawam has close to 5 months worth of inventory, yet we're still seeing an increase in price per square foot. We're still seeing an increase in price. Houses are taking a little bit longer to sell because of the added inventory, but it's not having the drastic effect that we would normally expect. One surprise that I found also is that in Southwick, we're actually seeing less houses being sold. So even though the price of each house is up 6% year over year, it's one of the only towns and it's actually the only town with more than a 1% decrease in terms of the units sold. So Southwick's actually sold less houses this year than last year. But again, the price per square foot is still up. It's actually increased 9% this year. So there's not real concern in terms of why. It's just that the listings were down a little bit. Right now, though, there is about 5.5, almost 6 months worth of inventory. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on that over the next few months to see if that increase in listings, the amount of listings relative to the amount of houses that have sold in Southwick this last year, will start to bring those prices and that price per square foot down. Other than that, really no big surprises. The Hampden County real estate market has been strong this year. There's a lot of opportunities for buyers, for sellers, for investors. And so, I'm not going to bore you with all of the numbers for each of those 7 towns, but really just wanted to bring up that, prices are increasing. The price per square foot is going up. If now is the time that you're thinking about listing a home, it's just as good a time right now as it was 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago. And I am ready with my snow boots and my 4-wheel drive vehicle. If you need any help this winter, feel free to reach out. That's all for now, everyone. Have a great day.